the people came out in the snow. I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I am not drunk, but the doctor who delivered me was. So check on me in about half an hour. If I'm walking straight, you'll know I am fucking wasted. Welcome to the DisCo. Okay, so if you don't know what DisCo is, I don't know how the hell you got in here. So this is my dream. My dream in life was to always not be the only disabled person in the room. Whenever I was cast in anything, whenever I was a stand-up comic on a lineup, I was always the only disabled person in the room. And it became my goal to get people who were way more disabled than me on stage to make me look good. But that's not what's happening tonight. So tonight we're here to talk about love and disability. So I just want to do a check of the audience. By round of applause, who's married? I saw someone raise their hand. This is not school. I said by round of applause. Now, let's see who's single. Married. Single. Married. Single. Divorced. Always the happiest people in the room. Always the happiest people. We're like, we got the China, we got out. It was totally fine. Okay, single people, listen to me. Maybe you had a hard Valentine's Day. I want you to feel better about yourself because marriage is a racket and you must avoid it at all costs. Married people are just trying to drag you down into their hell. Now, I'm divorced, and a lot of people are super surprised that I'm divorced. Why? Because they can't believe I fucking got married. I know, right? Why? Because disabled people are special, happy, snowflake, angel babies that never get married, never grow up, and are never in relationships. That is incorrect. I have cerebral palsy. I vibrate. It was fun for everyone until it was fun for no one. But we'll talk more about my failed relationship when this show gets started. So, they did a poll. I don't know who they is, but they did a poll. And they polled Americans and asked, how many would date a disabled person? And 80% of Americans said they would not date a disabled person. And the other 20% identify as disabled. So apparently we're doing ourselves. I like to say, see, I just got back from Palestine, and whenever that happens, I'm like, holy shit, I need my destiny. So I like to say there are live fish in the sea, but none of them want to date Nemo. So tonight is a very special night. As I said, this is my dream come true. It's the view after a really bad accident. And you all get to be part of the show because first we're gonna chit-chat with my amazing Disabled Diva co-host. Then we're gonna give you, yes you, 10 minutes to ask us anything. This is going to be your chance in life to ask a disabled person anything. Instead of stopping us in the mall with that query that you got, this is now the time. So are you ready for the DisCo? Coming up to the stage, I am so thrilled to introduce my most fabulous co-host. First up, we have actress, filmmaker, Rachel Handler. Next up, we have a real treat, sparkling blue, we have a Grammy Governor Board member, a singer, a piano player, and one of the best dressed disabled people I have ever graced the stage with. Give it up for Lachi! I'm in the middle of the stage. And finally, my assistant, Princeton graduate, musical theater extraordinaire songbird, Jenny Lawson. Oh, look, you have a fan club. And my friend Steven is now going to move my stool because I'm actually disabled. That's not a joke. And I want you to give it up one more time for my amazing disabled divas. I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can see them. I'm excited that it snowed. No, I'm not, because I'm not 5. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
How are you all doing? So we're going to start with Lachi because I wanted you to give us your audio description because rumor has it that we all do them wrong and we're fucking annoying. So why don't you take the lead? And then when you're done, can you tell us the most annoying audio description you ever heard?
Okay. So I want to do you can call it a visual description, a self-description, an audio description. My name is Lachi, like Versace. I'm a black woman with cornrows and I identify as blind. Usually that's just where I end it. Today I'll also say I'm wearing a super duper short blue sparkly dress because I'm blind, so I didn't know how cold it was. So in terms of what is annoying about visual descriptions, if you don't really care, we don't really care. So here it is. When you go, oh, first of all, you're in a Zoom square. And you go, well, my name is Stacy, and I'm wearing, and then you look down. You don't even care what you're wearing. Why would we care? We're blind. We don't care. Then you go, and behind me is a picture of my dad, and then like 45 minutes later, the Zoom cuts off because you have a free account. That's a bad self-description. Hand it off to you guys to go ahead and ruin your self-descriptions.
Rachel, I would like to start with you. The challenge.
Well, I'm Rachel, and I'm wearing a...
Rachel, look down.
in one ear and out the other. So my name is Rachel, and I think this is relevant to this evening. So I will say I have a gold sparkly prosthetic leg. Woo! And it's very exciting. And I am wearing sparkly silver heels that I'm very glad I didn't trip and fall and like embarrass myself right at the get-go coming on here. And yeah, I'm thrilled to be here.
I feel like you wouldn't be embarrassed that people would just clap and feel bad for you quietly. Because, like, a disabled chick wiping out in heels is brave.
Yeah, I guess I could shift my perspective to that, but I'd probably, like, my cheeks would turn bright red still, and then I'd be even more embarrassed, so, yeah.
But you'd have to visually describe that your cheeks went bright red. So as long as you did that, you're good.
From the
floor. As you lay on the floor. Jenny, it's your turn.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny. I use she, her pronouns. I have curly hair. The sparkliest thing about my outfit is my boots. Second is my tights. The rest of it is honestly pretty boring. Yeah.
And I'm Maysoon. And I like to say I look like the Lost Kardashian. And if you don't know what they look like, That's a good thing. You're totally fine. But I'm the brown chick on stage, and I'm wearing a black, sparkly, short dress, just like Lachi's short dress. But I'm wearing pants because I'm Muslim. And
I'm wearing a romper because I'm self-respecting.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to start with a check, like the check that I did the audience. What's your relationship status?
Married.
Whoa.
I'm gonna get so much hate tonight. Ugh.
I would say it's complicated, but he's in the audience, so I would say it's complicated with benefits.
I'm obsessed with that. I aspire to that. Anyways, I'm single, ready to mingle.
Woo!
Slightly going through it,
Yeah.
but we'll get into that maybe.
If you had to choose a Taylor Swift song that was the theme of your going through it relationship-wise right now, which song would that be? Because I feel like that'll tell us something.
Bad blood.
This is gonna tarnish. I'm just gonna say it, but Daddy, I love him.
Oh, God! What? Oh, my God!
I know, and my dad is dead.
We're going to get to that. She has no one to walk her down the aisle except for me. That dress needs to be short so I don't go tripping on it and being all Rachel. No, we'll get... Anyway. What's my status? I'm divorced. I'm divorced and loving it because Muslims don't date, we get married. So, like, the first time around wasn't as much fun. And now, it's not that much fun.
Are you dating?
We'll get back to me. I
Okay.
want to talk to you first.
I really
Got
The
it.
last time
Sure.
Rachel and I hung out, she was engaged. And I was like, run. Take the diamond and run. And also, I have to give some financial advice on the side. If you are actually getting engaged anytime soon, do not waste money on a diamond. Buy solid gold, 21 karat or greater. That stuff, that always becomes like more money. The diamond, worthless.
This is a sapphire.
Okay,
so-
still worthless. Yeah, because they don't weigh anything but the metal. But anyway, I think your Lady Diana facsimile engagement ring is gorgeous. But the last time we met, you were engaged, and now you're married. And my first question to you is, what was your biggest regret on your wedding? Like, what did you waste money on that you totally wish you hadn't?
Oh my gosh, I was really thrifty for my wedding. Like,
Ooh,
it was a small wedding. Alyssa was there, she knows. Hi, Alyssa. And I feel like
Was
like,
she the one witness?
maybe. No. Like, my best friend made the cake. I made the playlist. We didn't have a DJ or anything. So I guess like our
And
venue
which one of
didn't
your
have
friends
a
played the
DJ?
husband? Sorry.
No. Oh no. Yeah, no
You okay? You
DJ. So I guess my biggest regret was like maybe the violinists were not that great. So maybe
my
I wouldn't
freaking
do
dude.
that.
All right, violinists out there, all right, pay your violinists, all right?
Yeah, I was cheap, so maybe that's why.
We're gonna be subpar for this one, guys.
You had no DJ, but you had a violinist?
Yeah, like priorities.
I made the playlist. I like my taste in music. Thank
Got it.
you.
Just bad taste in band members. Oh, sorry.
Perhaps you and Jenny could sing us one of your favorite tunes.
And remember, I'm on the Grammys board, so if you suck, you are never getting in.
Oh my gosh. That's too much pressure. It's
lot of
too
pressure.
I'll
much.
get back to it when you're a little bit more warmed up.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So when did you start crying when you realized you weren't single anymore? Was it like was it on the honeymoon? Was it on the airplane? Did you even go on a honeymoon?
Yeah, we went to Greece. It was amazing. I had the best time.
Rachel, I swear to God on my life, you're a Hallmark movie and not a real person. So I call Rachel my white savior because I take her places to protect me from getting in trouble. If like shit goes down, I just throw her in front of me.
I mean, the white girl privilege is very real. Like,
Well, I mean, just
very
the
real.
way that you said Greece, it was literally a line from Friends. Like Rachel went to Greece on Ross's honeymoon, and anyway.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
a whole thing. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
How
We have a
every
lot
show
of things
loves it.
earmarked. Just like keeping track here, guys.
I mean later as in backstage.
Okay, fine. Oh, okay, with the
okay.
drinks and the got it.
Anyway, when did the tears and regrets start?
Oh my God. Well, luckily he's not here, so I can be honest. I think the tears happened like 6 months in. We moved upstate, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? I'm a city girl. I've always been single. Like, this is crazy. I'm over that now, but there was definitely a moment of like, oh, this is a lot of change for me. Like, I didn't think I would be this person. Like, I've always been like, I'm gonna live in the city, I'm gonna focus on my career, and suddenly I'm upstate with 2 dogs and a husband, and I'm like, where did Rachel go? But it's been an adjustment, but it's been a nice adjustment after the tears.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you.
Aww.
It's time to have a kid.
I don't know, 2 dogs is plenty.
Lachi, I always thought you were married, as in like always. So your complicated
married.
benefit boy, how did you meet him?
So I met my complicated with benefits boy in the Glee Club in college, like a couple of corny little cornballs. We were singing. He sang to me. I sang
What
back.
was the
There
first
was
thing
like
he sang?
music in the background, and all of a sudden, I lied about that. So yeah. Hello. This is a show. But we did actually meet in the Glee Club, which is so crazy. I'm sorry, not crazy, neurodivergent, I guess. And
Yes.
and we like everybody meets online to the point where when I tell people, oh my gosh, we met in person, they're like, oh, that's creepy.
It's rare.
Who
and
meets
beautiful.
people like in the grocery store? Like, what was he watching you like pick fruit? But yeah, we met in the Glee Club, and you know we've been friends for a while, and then we
Wait,
started
was he
getting
singing
together.
or not?
He was in the, so we had 2 Glee Clubs. He was in the men's Glee Club, and I was in the women's Glee Club, and we went on tour, and we were all on the bus together. And we all
Boys and girls on the same bus.
That's where it happens
That
every
is
time.
where it goes bad.
happens.
Marriages are
That's
made.
all over.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts. And we were all drinking, and I drank him under the table, and that's when he says he fell in love. Stop. Get off me. Next. Hey, what are you
Jenny,
doing
Jenny,
with your life?
where do we?
That's
where
a
do-
question.
where do we start? So I think that we start with the fact that Jenny is like 12. How old are you?
I'm 24.
She's 24. Like exactly. Have you ever been in a relationship?
I have a couple times. I just got out of one. Woo! I say woo because Maysoon hated him.
I
so.
hated him. You know when you see a person who is just not good enough for your child? She's not my child, and he was still not good enough.
He had his moments.
He had some style.
And then you made him a sandwich after.
Oh my
Nothing. Sorry.
Well,
Scratch that.
anyways, yeah, no, he had his moments, he had his bad moments, but I am also very excited to like do more gay stuff this year because I
Do
feel
more gay stuff.
like, hell yeah.
We gotta do more gay stuff this year.
No, okay, it's so, you guys, being like a young bisexual in this city, I feel like, this is just my experience, but like when I get into a relationship with a man, of course I'm having fun, and it's like, you know, if I like the person, it's great, but there's always this part of me that's like, oh my gosh, I feel like there's so much else I could be exploring, and like so many other people I could be meeting, and this guy is just like so vanilla. That's just like, I don't know.
So maybe after the first date, you shouldn't go straight to a relationship.
Maybe
See,
you're right.
now this is becoming a Jenny therapy session.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Listen, Jenny went out for her like hot girl winter. It was winter, not summer, right?
It was not summer.
Yeah.
It was hot girl
She
winter.
went out
Nobody's
for her
done it
hot
before.
girl winter. She went on one date and then she ended up with that dude for like 4 months. But now he's thankfully gone and she can gay it up. So where do you plan to have more gay fun in New York? You're the one who said it, not me.
It was do more gay stuff. Let's
Yeah.
get it right.
Gay stuff. Not gay fun. Time will tell.
Okay. Where in New York would a 24-year-old wanting to do more gay stuff go? Because the theater's closed.
What'd you say?
Cubbyhole.
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 Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Cubbyhole a few times.
What's the vibe?
Okay, it's really small and packed, and like there's a lot of different people there. So it's like I feel like you.
so vague.
Well, I don't know. I feel like you have really interesting conversations
It's a
there.
place with people.
Well, okay, I feel like I learned this relatively recently. There's only like a handful of lesbian bars in the US. Like I want to say it's less than 10, don't quote me on that, but there's 2 or 3 of them in New York. So like the spaces are a little limited. But Cubbyhole is one of them. So I'll definitely hit that up. I don't know. If you guys have recs,
I
let
feel
me
like
know.
you should just join a running club. Like that seems like a given.
I think I would hate
Like
that.
inner tube water polo. I feel like that could be a good spot.
I feel like I would drown.
Am I
Oh my God.
Drown in the juices.
Oh.
Lachi is pro
I
gay fun.
tasted
I
that.
am pro gay stuff. Let's get it right.
Let it be
Fun,
known.
actually. Okay, just for the audience's sake, let's do a disability speed round. Rachel, where the fuck's your leg?
It's in my purse out
me-
back.
Yeah, Lachi stole it. It's yeah. There's just a freaking.
I thought it was my
bloody-
cane. I didn't know what was going on.
The blind girl stole the prosthetic. Or the real thing. Who knows?
There's a lot of shit in my purse.
Oh.
Jenny's an undercover Mexican. If you'd like to blame her for stealing it.
I mean, I was in an episode of Goliath where they cut off my leg because I tried to run from the cartel. So in another timeline,
What show?
Goliath on
Oh my
Amazon.
God.
Humble brag.
They showed the leg.
What was anybody else have?
I can't breathe.
Oh my God, she's actually disabled, guys. Let's make sure you're
Yeah, it's not nice
I'm
to
messing
laugh
with you.
at my trauma.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Go for it. Go ahead. The cartel sawed off your leg. Go on.
Yes.
Stop laughing because I want you to tell the story.
I'll tell the story while you laugh. I don't know where my leg is for real in this timeline. I'd imagine it's in medical waste. Yeah. But I can say that when my accident happened, I was fully awake the whole time, and a car hit me, and my leg was gone on impact. And my first thought was, now how am I going to be on Broadway? And also, I really liked those Payless boots, and now they're trash. So yeah.
So you were a dancer when it happened?
Yeah, like I went to school for musical theater, and I was dancing and singing and all of that. Yeah. Do you want me to get like real here? I thought we were supposed to be funny.
Well,
I've been laughing the whole time.
Okay,
we're
great.
doing that thing where first we laugh, then we pull at their heartstrings.
Oh, okay.
Turn on your heart light,
It's
Rachel.
the sad disabled story time
Yes.
now. I mean, I was a dancer and I still dance and I still like audition and do things. But the first audition that I went to after my accident, I sang my song. I sang I Could Have Danced All Night, which was kind
Love
of
that
funny
song.
because I was having a really hard time walking at that point. But I went in and I was like, I could have danced, you know, and I was like
Humble
singing
brag.
my heart out.
I was
Can
like,
I
let's.
stay and rant?
You're good.
But I sang, and then they said, we'd like to invite you to the callback, but it's a dance callback, so ha ha ha. And they sort of just laughed me out of the room. And that was my first experience with ableism, and I didn't know what ableism was. I didn't know how to say, like, fuck you, I can still dance. Let me decide what I can and can't do. So that was like a very, you know, harsh reality to take in when I was 24. I was your age when this was happening. Yeah. So that was my first like foray into, you know, wanting to become a disability advocate. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Lottie, what the hell's wrong with you?
Okay, so you ready?
I'm ready.
How long do you have? So,
We have another 25 minutes.
Okay, thank you, because I really was asking. So, I have ADHD, which allows me to have all these really cool ideas. I have diagnosed OCD, which allows me to have to carry out on these motherfucking ideas. I have diagnosed anxiety, and I am, I guess you could say blind, which allows me to have really cool canes. And I just wear sexy outfits because they're fun. That has nothing to do with the disability. But anyway, you know, when I say stuff like this, people are like, oh my God, you look at it so positive. You're like, ADHD helps me, and OCD helps me, and blind makes me look cute. And I'm like, actually, I'm just saying the truth. Right. I'm just saying, like, what it actually is. But then if you're gonna ask, like, you know, where did my eyes go, right? Like, where did her leg go? Where did my eyes go? So I was born legally blind, and I am consistently losing my blindness, losing my sight more and more every day. But I'm not total. So I like to tell people I can tell he's hot. I don't know if he's hot from across the room, but I can tell if he's hot right before we make out, and I can be like, it's not you, it's me. So that's pretty much my gist, and I'm sticking to it. People think I fake being blind,
No, seriously?
but I fake seeing. Like I fake acting like I can see. So that's my whole story.
I like the idea of you losing blindness and just like miraculously being healed and then being like so challenged in your work because now what?
What? Can you like explain what you just said? I generally have no idea what you said, but it's fine.
Losing blindness.
I lost my blindness.
Yes.
And then it came back.
It came back.
It was an act of God. I mean, I prayed. And
it
God
came
gave
right
me back
back.
as when I got my.
Thank God.
And you know what's so funny? I'm actually not lying. So they gave me these like really special kind of like scleral contact drops that allowed me to see, and I could see. And I had this like throbbing headache. I could not barely move. It was like the worst experience, and I kept it because I was like, will this work? I kept it for like 2 weeks. And then I finally just threw it out. I mean, like, seeing was a fucking hassle. It's like, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do the blind thing, because as long as I have my cane, my screen readers, my companions, I have everything I need to compete at a competitive level. I got my bag, I got my money, so what the hell do I need all this other shit for?
Right.
So I just threw them out. Uh-huh.
That's actually like just like one more serious point. The amount of like torture that disabled people put themselves through so that they can pass, whether it's like not using the cane or, you know, putting in drops that apparently like burn your skull. Like there's so much that I don't do any of that. I wear sensible shoes on stage. Jenny.
Wait, are you coming for my shoes? Is that what that was?
No, I hope it's
Listen
my
to me.
shoes.
let me talk to you about shoes. I wore insane, like gorgeous heels.
We say neurodivergent.
Oh yeah. I wore shoes that had severe mental health issues. I'm talking like people were discussing whether or not to, have them admitted because they were that sexy. But I stopped when I heard a story about, and I don't like bringing her up because she's got a lot of baggage now, but I stopped when I heard that Oprah used to carry her shoes on stage and put them on stage. I was like, I'm not breaking a frickin' hip anymore. And that's it. I went to Velcro Mary Jane's 17 years ago, and I never looked back. Jenny, you're the doll from the island of misfit toys because it's not apparent what the hell is wrong with you. So if you could share with the audience any damage that's not visible, or as we like to call it, your invisible disability.
Well, I was going to say, when you said damage, I was like, where do we start? But
Oh my God.
much like my shoes, I am neurodivergent.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lachi, we actually have this in common. I also have ADHD. Twins. And OCD. OCD twins. Except for me, it sort of means I have cool ideas as well, but also a lot of executive dysfunction and then like compulsive thoughts that kind of get in the way of the cool ideas sometimes. So it's like we kind of got two teams battling each other out. The executives are never functioning. That board meeting is going horribly. So I got diagnosed when I was 15 or 16, and it was sort of a crazy moment for me because, I mean, if you do like a little research on the topic, there's a huge gap between the age that girls get diagnosed on average versus boys. That's a little binary, but that's just kind of like all the research we have. So a lot of the traits that I definitely had as a child sort of just went unchecked for a really long time, and then it got to the point where I was just struggling to really complete any of my tasks in my schoolwork, and it was getting really bad. So I think finding out that I had ADHD like really was sort of revolutionary in terms of having words to put on these feelings that I had, and this idea of like, why am I not able to do all these things sometimes that it feels like everybody else around me can do? And it's kind of tough because I feel like it's sort of an everyday thing that you constantly have to keep working at and just like practicing different like strategies and tactics for like dealing with your brain, because it's just this like dynamic thing that feels very hard to control sometimes. But I think it ultimately does also make me very creative, and in some ways can be a superpower. So
Can I mention the superpower thing?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I just drag you for calling it a superpower?
Drag me, because I actually hate that word.
Then why did you say it?
No, because
Lachi,
I was like,
it's okay.
I don't know what other
Lachi,
way to
it's
say
okay.
it.
Well, because people are like, oh, you're blind, you must be an oracle. And I'm like, it's a natural part of who I am, not a supernatural part. And I always feel like when people say, it's your superpower, I'm like, what is this, reading Rainbow? Like, I'm an adult, I have sex. That's what Maysoon is trying to get everybody here to understand. And it's not a superpower, it's just a part of who we are. So I just wanted to give you that.
Yeah, no, and I wish I were supernatural. That would be super
That would
cool.
be pretty dope.
That would be pretty dope.
I feel like I definitely have a superpower, though. Like, it's probably not CP, but I'm a witch. Like, I know things.
I feel like you're kind of psychic sometimes.
I'm very witchy. I am.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
good witch, which is another cue for people to sing. No, I'm kidding.
She wants us to sing Wicked so bad, you
I do.
guys, just
They
so
will.
you know.
They sang Wicked backstage, and not the Grammy governor, the other two, who were clearly auditioning for her. And I was like, wait till we get on stage, kids. So just really quickly, I have cerebral palsy, and then Jenny diagnosed me as neurodivergent because I had no idea that I was neurodivergent. And then like 6 months into working for me, doing my executive function, which it just became beknownst to me that you lack executive function while you've been doing mine, which explains my career these days. But I have a bonus. I got poisoned by the Pfizer vaccine, paralyzed from my nose to my toes, had to have 5 blood transfusions, had to learn how to walk again, and I always say the sequel is never as good as the original. And I consider Jenny my comfort human, because when I call her a service animal, she gets upset.
You should call her your Chief Executive Dysfunction Officer.
She is my
like
chief
that.
executive dysfunction officer. She really is, though, because I'm in denial about everything. And Jenny's like, I think you've been in a relationship for 1.5 years. And I'm like, no, I don't believe that's correct. She's like, I'm answering the texts and emails. It's correct.
It's correct.
Okay, so getting back to sex. Blind people.
Okay, so everybody looks the same in the dark. That's the answer.
No. So now we're gonna, I see, I'm skipping around, but I'm gonna go straight to this one. What is the most ludicrous question anyone has ever asked you about sex in relationship to your disability, Lachi?
Oh, why are you starting with me? Oh my God.
Because you're the one that screamed Maysoon wants sex.
I did
2
scream
weeks
that.
before Ramadan.
I did. I said those words. Play the tape back.
She wants gay stuff. I don't want sex.
Yeah.
What?
Answer us.
Answer us. Well, first of all, the worst question I get is, do disabled people have sex? And I generally respond with, well, if disabled people don't have sex, I must not be disabled, because your girl gets it in. And so I think the weirdest question are like dumb things like, do you know where it is?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, no, come back when you've found it. Just little things like that, because why, if they're gonna be an asshole, I'll be an asshole too. We can all play this game together. Another one is, how do you use the restroom?
What?
How do you use the restroom? And generally I say, I spread my legs and pee.
What do they think? That you put your hand in the toilet to check that there's water? Like, what do they think you do?
I sometimes, I haven't gotten the balls to say, can you answer? You tell me how you think I use the bathroom. I can only imagine they say, like, you pee the bed and roll around in it looking for...
Man.
So I'm thinking, yeah, I generally go to the restroom facility, open the door, sit on the toilet seat, like, you know, generally women do. That's if I'm peeing. Usually when I shit, I stand.
I do too. Better. The squat is
Everybody
better.
else, right?
The squat is better.
Squat is
honestly.
better. Got it. We'll take notes on that. But
So
yeah.
we're just helping not intimidate you about the questions that you want to ask at the end of this. Please feel free to do that. How about you, Rachel?
The most common question that I got asked when I was single and ready to mingle was, do I have sex with my leg on? And I always I don't know how to answer that because, well, okay, yeah, I do know how to answer it. No, I don't. But if we're new and I'm not quite comfortable to take my leg off during sex, that's my sign that I'm not ready to have sex with you and I'm leaving. Yeah. So that's the most common question. I did have a guy, so I can hide my leg pretty easily now that I don't have to use crutches anymore. So I did go on some dates where the guys didn't know that I had a prosthetic leg. And one of those guys was bragging about how his dad is like a foot and ankle doctor, and he was like making such a big deal about it.
Oh my God.
And I like whipped up my pants and I was like, I don't really need that. No, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
You also told me that you got pursued by people who were fake amputees.
Yeah, so that's a thing. They're called devotees, and they fetishize women with disabilities. In my experience, it's women who use wheelchairs or women who wear prosthetic legs or arms. And it's like actually kind of horrifying that some of like not all devotees are awful evil people, but some of them pretend to be other amputees and like slide into your DMs or message you on Facebook and are like, oh, how are you getting on with your leg, and try to form like a bond with you. And I fell for one of these people, and it was, it just made me feel like
How
gross.
did you find out?
I like shared their name with, there's a Facebook group now called, I forget it's something about like exposing devotees. Yeah. And I posted their name and I was like, this person's coming off weird now. Have they messaged you before? And people were like, yeah, that's a devotee.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think you need to come up with a totally different name than devotee, because devotee doesn't sound.
There's
creepy.
malingering. There's malingerer.
Oh,
A
malingerer.
A malingerer is somebody who fakes a disability, kind of catfishes a disability, yeah.
Ooh, I like that better because it sounds grosser.
Sounds gross.
Let's just be very clear that very few people fake disabilities to get benefits. They just
Yeah, they
fake
just
it
fake
to
it to
get
get
those
sexy
benefits.
sex. Yeah.
So Jenny, because your disability is invisible, when do you bring it up in the dating scheme of things?
I feel like
Is it in your online profile?
no.
You wearing a T-shirt? No.
No, I don't wear the T-shirt.
Okay.
I do have the T-shirt though.
We all have the T-shirt.
I don't have a T-shirt. I would like one.
You want one? We'll get you one.
Yes.
Give
Get
me
you
your
the
address.
t-shirt.
What
We'll
does the
bedazzle it.
T-shirt say? Is it just like,
ADHD.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got OCD? What does it say?
It just says ADHD, but
just
like
says
in
ADHD.
sparkly bedazzled letters.
Oh,
It says whatever you wanted to say.
That's
cool.
Personally, mine is a baby tee. It's cropped. It's fun. I'll get you one. Yeah. I feel like because for me, I feel like where my ADHD first comes into play in a relationship is like communication. So honestly, it kind of comes up pretty early on. Using the last guy I dated as an example again, I very early stages did not text him back once for like 4 days, and he told me shortly after that he like had a breakdown and cried about that. And for me, you guys, 4 days is like 2 hours in Jenny time. Okay, like all of my friends know this. I cannot. There's something about a text message on my phone. Like I'll pick a day and I'll just reply to them all at once. And then if you hear from me again, it'll probably be like 2 weeks later. So I do kind of have to have those conversations very early on. I also like, I don't know, with my OCD and like other stuff I have going on, I sometimes just like have days where I'm very low. So then I just feel like I can't operate on the same energetic wavelength as other people. And I'm very honest and upfront about that. And I feel like that's honestly like a test of whether a person's gonna be a green flag or a red flag in terms of just how they respond to that. If I say like, hey, I'm having a really low energy day today and I don't know that I really have a lot to give mentally and emotionally, so just bear with me. Like, I think a phrase that I use a lot, which I probably shouldn't use, is like, I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling very fun today, or I'm not feeling very like bubbly and normal today. So when people do respond well to that, I feel like it definitely is a green flag.
There are green flags.
Where have I been? Where have those been? I was just about to ask that. So getting away from disability, but it could be disabled related if you insist. What was your worst breakup, Jenny?
Oh my God. Okay, this is so embarrassing actually in hindsight, because you guys, here's the thing. I wish nothing.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
But the best.
We're all
Okay.
adults here. We know that you're like sticking pins into dolls.
Listen, he's gonna be on Broadway someday, and I want tickets.
Sure. Sure.
No, you want a role, not tickets. Jenny wants
We'll
a
see
job
where
if
we
anybody's
get.
hiring. Okay, go ahead.
I do. Hit me up. So, okay, I dated this guy in high school for probably like 9 months. So it was kind of serious for a high school relationship. And then you guys know what happened? Okay, we did that thing where it was like, oh, it's summertime. Like, are we going to stay together? Or are we going to break up? And we decided to stay together but do the long distance thing because we both had our respective summer camps to go to, obviously. I know, right? So then while I'm at my summer camp, I get a text from him saying, hey, we should talk.
Oh, no.
That's never good.
Here's an important note, you guys. I was at science camp. This man was at theater camp.
Oh.
Yeah. So I find out over the phone halfway through science camp that not only had he cheated on me, but it was also with his guy best friend. So like slay, happy pride. That was how he came out. And you know what? We support him. We support bisexual
See,
men.
she does support him.
I do support
that
him.
Case.
He was just finding himself, you guys. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending
He's never
cheating.
going to be on Broadway, though. He's going to live in the swamps of Jersey. Lachi.
He's going to teach at theater camp for the rest of his life.
Wish that upon him. Wish that upon him. So you're going to hate me, but I've never been dumped. I've always been the dumper.
No, you don't have to dump someone for it
Obviously.
to be bad.
So I don't think I've had any bad breakups.
There's
I did break up with a guy because he came out to me. So I did have a similar experience, and this was in high school. And he had asked me if we could continue dating. To be like, because he didn't want to, it was in private that he came out to me.
You were a beard.
And I said, okay, sure, as I, planned my exit scheme, because I wanted to make sure, like, listen, I felt honored that this person came to me to talk about it, and we were already just really close. But of course, I was already had my eye on the next girl, guy, whatever type situation that I was going to work on. So that was probably the most weird breakup. Yeah, sure. Not as dramatic. But still.
My gosh, I should probably just sit here and talk about mine because they're festive. Rachel.
I love a good festive breakup
Oh,
story.
I have festive ones.
I do too. I have been dumped, and it's not fun per se. I'm gonna drag disability back into this a little bit. The guy, I was in a situationship when I was 24 and my leg was torn off of my body. And I was in the hospital and he was coming to visit, which was very nice. And I was like, he's meeting my parents. Oh, what a thing. As I'm like dying. But it was like very exciting for me, like my first like real adult relationship, So I'm laying in the hospital bed and he's visiting and the nurses come in and they're like, we need to change your bandages. And they look at him and they're like, do you want to stay? And he's like, yeah, I can handle it, okay. And they start changing my bandage. I had no skin on my leg. And they start changing the bandages and he's looking at me and he's like, and he just slowly walks out the door.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
And that might have been the last time I saw him. I think he thought he was like this cool guy who could hang, and he was not that guy. And he I think that might have been the last time I saw him in person. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's okay. It was a situationship anyway. So, yeah.
That was a really poetic goodbye. Oh my goodness. Okay, so as I mentioned, Muslim girls don't date, we get married. So I got married after having a super conservative family raise me, but I was engaged twice. And the first guy that I was engaged to came from Palestine to America. I subletted an apartment for him. Never, ever do that. Please, ladies, don't rent anything for anyone anywhere. And he stole everything in the sublet. And the way that I found out was when I went to pick him up like 3 days later to go look at wedding venues. And when I pushed the door was like ajar. And I was like, oh, this ain't good. And I went and flipped on a light switch and nothing happened because he had stolen the light bulbs. Yeah. But then the end of my marriage is kind of like even more fun. So I was married for 10 years to a guy I call Chefugee because he was a chef and a refugee, ergo a Chefugee. And the problem with Chefugee,
Obviously.
yeah, obs, right? Chefugee. He had I put him in, a relationship with himself, Chefugee, like Brangelina. So anyway, the problem with Chefugee was this. He didn't do anything bad enough that I could divorce him, but I wanted to from when we were engaged. And so I just kept waiting for him to fuck up, and then one day he did. And so what he did was, Chefugee used to go back home for 3 months every single year, and when he would come back, he'd be reprogrammed by his mom. And she was fun because she wanted me dead, but never had the guts to do it. Because, we're living in a war and we try not to kill each other because they're all killing us. So, yeah, no, they really are. There's a genocide. We'll get to that. So, wait, we're earmarking that for later.
Backstage?
Lachi, when we were setting this up, she was like, are there going to be politics? I'm like, I don't know. My current guy lives in a refugee camp and he's getting bombed as we speak. So, yeah.
I felt like an asshole, so
no,
don't feel
like an asshole, even though you need to feel it to figure out where it is. I don't want you to feel like one, right? No. You don't have to, because it's actually good for a relationship. It really heightens all of the fun. Because you're like, oh, you might die tomorrow. Who cares what we do? It's really fun. Anyway, ex-husband, really quick, and then we're going to throw it to Q&A for you guys. So he comes home. And this is now 10 years in. I haven't found a reason to divorce this guy. I'm trying. And the only thing I can find is the breathing is just annoying me. The inhale, exhale. It's not enough, right? So he wanted to have kids. I wanted to have kids. We tried to have kids. I kept having miscarriages. I had a miscarriage. My heart stopped. I thought of Shelby in Steel Magnolias, and she was like, I would rather have a moment of joy than a lifetime of nothing. I was like, give me the lifetime of nothing. I don't want your fucking joy. So then we tried to adopt, but Betsy DeVos runs adoption. She doesn't give Muslims kids. It's a whole thing. She takes our kids, but we don't get them back. So that's a whole thing. So then he wanted to get a surrogate, and I was like, I don't buy women. And he was like, I don't have money to buy one without you. And so I was like, guess we're not getting a surrogate. So he goes back home, comes back to me, looks me dead in the eye. Now, just for those of you who are seeing me the first time, I'm like the foremost woman Muslim advocate in this whole freaking country. I'm known, right? And the Quran says something very clear. The Quran says you can have 4 wives if you treat them all equally, and the next sentence is, no one but God can treat 2 people equally. That means you don't get to have 4 wives. Just put that in your pocket. So Chefugee comes home, sits me down, looking all romantic and stuff. I'm like, this is terrifying, right? And he says, I have an idea. I'm going to marry a second wife, like a sister wife, just for you, just like that show. And I'm going to live with her 3 months. I'm going to live with you 9 months. You're my favorite. And then I'm going to have 1 baby with her first. I give it to her. Second baby, I give to you. Number 3 goes to her. Number 4, right to you. And so I wasn't jumped, Lachi, as much as I kicked his ass out the door in such a quick and severe way that it resembled Karate Kid and the crane kick that Johnny Lawrence took to his face. Cobra Kai will never die.
It's just the confidence in his idea.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God, he was so confident that moment. It was really
that's a
interesting. Final question, speed round. Who was your first celebrity crush, Rachel?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ah,
Yeah.
now,
Titanic, hello? Come on.
I would have still shoved his ass off the door.
Me?
Yes.
Obama, Michelle. Barack's cool too, but we're talking Michelle. Come on, let's be for real.
That's incredible. Mine's probably Matthew Gray Goobler, which is kind of weird,
Who is that?
right? He was a guy from Criminal Minds.
He's like he's a D-list she could probably actually get. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, Matthew, call me.
Yes, do it. Let's make some calls.
Who's your woman crush?
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's this one TikToker. No, but that's.
Oh my God, I love hanging out with you. I swear it keeps me alive. It's like Hillary Clinton peeling babies' faces off. Tell me more.
What about peeling babies' faces?
I too would like to know.
Excuse me.
She's like 3 jokes into an inside joke. Like, what are you?
This is not an inside joke.
I'm 3 jokes in, and there's one person who got it and is laughing his ass off, and I'm crying with way too much makeup because it was cheap. I cheaped out on the makeup, and it shows. Should we let the audience wait? Okay.
Is that part of the self-description? Is that what?
That would be useful self-description.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I feel accommodated.
Listen to me. I sat on stage voluntarily with 2 women with ADHD, and I have completely lost control of this room, and I love it. Can we give it up for our incredible panel, Rachel, Lachi, and Jenny? Oh my God. Literally crying. Okay. So we don't want to waste time by running around the audience with a microphone, but this is your chance now to ask us anything. You can ask the whole group a question. You can ask a specific person a question, and I will repeat your question just to make sure that the cameras and the translators get it. So who has the first question? It's so dark, too. You might have to just start talking. You want to watch? You are watching this show. How many drinks have you had, lady? Okay, so the first question comes from Nancy Savoco, who was the first woman to ever win Best Director at Sundance. Give it up for Nancy. And since then, no other woman has won because America hates women. So Nancy's question was not a question as much as a comment, but what? Okay, first her comment was she would like to watch this TV show, at which point I would love to tell you, I shot a pilot for DisCo for Amazon. And when they passed on the pilot, I can publish this. I can actually put it on my Instagram. The email said they weren't going to do anything outside the box. They literally used the word box, Amazon. The box company used the word box in my rejection.
They're afraid of getting outside of it.
Outside. We're outside the box. You don't meet people who look like us. What? No, but they're good. They gave Lachi a show.
Don't come for me. I am just sitting here
I was
being
just-
very good.
I was defending your network so that people wouldn't fire you.
Yeah, please. I'll make some calls.
Anyway, Nancy, what was your question? The two worst things, I'm going to jump first. The two worst things I've seen is one, the media trope that you're better off dead than disabled. And especially right now, like as we're living through a mass disabling event, I think it's so important that people realize that no, it's not better to be dead than disabled, although I haven't tried dead. I've heard bad things about it. But there's movies like $1 Million Baby and Me Before You and so many other pieces where it's like, oh, they love the person, but their life is so much better now that that person is dead. So that is really harmful. And Crip Camp being beaten by the stupid fucking octopus teacher, that was one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life because the octopus grew its arm back. And it was like we got beaten by a disabled octopus who really did have a superpower and miraculously healed himself. So, yeah. That was bad, and I have to be serious. I can't not. What's killing me right now in media is I've literally been watching children be amputated without anesthesia. And the fact that I watch that on the daily, it has to be the worst thing I've seen in media.
You want me to follow that?
No! I was just looking at you because you're an amputee and I thought you could deal with the children.
An amputee over here.
I thought
okay.
that Karen could deal with the children.
Okay.
Tell us about Talbot.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oscar Pistorius was bad for you people.
Oscar Pistorius was really bad for us. Yeah, he murdered his girlfriend, and he's a double amputee, and he was supposed to be like the golden child of the amputee community, you know, and then he had to go murder someone. So that wasn't great, but I want to see a movie about that, actually. I think that's the next Lifetime movie I want to see. I loved Coda. I got to give Coda props. When it, came out, I was like, yes, we're going to get more stories about disabled families, about disabled people living their lives. And then nothing. And Marlee Matlin hasn't worked since that film. So we have one huge success every 10 years, and then it's nothing again. But I do think also there's a show on CBS called Tracker that I want to check out that my friend is on, and he is a double amputee, and I don't think his character has anything to do with that. So that's very cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
So I want to step a little bit away from Hollywood and look at advertisements. Has anybody seen those Shriner commercials or
Yes.
the St. Jude's or the whatever? And yeah, maybe they do good work, but everybody thinks everyone who is disabled is a trauma case. Everybody thinks people who are disabled are inspiration cases because of being constantly inundated with this heartthrob, heartstrings, pay us to make what you're looking at go away bullshit that I think is really harmful to the community. And I actually think that most folks with disabilities don't fall into the inspiration porn or the trauma bucket, but into a third bucket that nobody talks about where they just do their laundry and fucking go to work and shit and nobody even gives a fuck about the disability side of things. But then the minute they see somebody in a wheelchair, they assume they're the kid. You know, a lot of my wheelchair friends get asked if they're the kid from the Shriners commercial, dead ass. And so that's one of the things I really think that we need to really push back against. It's more let's stop donating to that kind of marketing. Let's stop rewarding that kind of marketing. And if we do need to be giving funds or fundraising for cancer curing diseases, we will have to find another way to support that research, because flailing around disability for that kind of benefit is dangerous, disgusting, deplorable, and needs to stop.
When we shot the pilot, we actually used the clip from a Shriners commercial.
You guys used the Shriner? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, we used the clip from a Shriners commercial where the poor kid says, "I've broken my bones 300 times." Yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's not that kind of show. Sure. Jenny.
Yeah, okay. So I'm a writer, so I'm, I think a lot about disability representation in the media that I see, you know, in theater and TV and film. And I think one thing that really bothers me is sort of the narrative trope of disabled characters appearing and their whole story is just like, oh, suddenly I'm cured, and that's like a magical revelation, and their whole arc as a character is just healing, and now suddenly they're quote unquote fixed or better. When I feel like that really makes them not only one-dimensional, but it also just takes away so much of their humanity. And there's so many interesting disabled stories out there just waiting to be told that do not involve that kind of arc. I guess to put a specific example, one that I'm hopeful about, and this one's interesting to me because it's one that I originally, you know, obviously it was different. I remember I saw Wicked on Broadway a long time ago, and I must have been like 12 or 13. And the Nessa Rose character, she suddenly in Act 2 is able at one point to just get up from her wheelchair and start walking again. And even, I knew in that moment, that's not right, and we're celebrating that, and why can't she just be herself, and why does this have to be part of her character story? But I'm really
I feel
hopeful.
like that's the perfect cue for you and Rachel to sing that little piece of Wicked.
Sing for me.
That's totally why I brought this
Sing,
up.
sing. Come on, sing it for them.
Do you really? Which part?
What you-
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Okay.
Wait, I only know the harmony.
Okay. Well, we did it backstage.
You did
I don't remember
perfectly
the lyrics.
backstage. This is your audience.
If I've been changed for the better, but because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Boo them, Lachi. Boo them, Grammy governor.
I can't break their poor little hearts.
No, please don't. The side eye
She'll
wasn't
drag
up.
us backstage. It's okay.
All right, we have time for
We'll
two more
earmark
questions.
that. Sorry.
More questions. Yes. Hi.
Hi,
Hey.
Pepper.
Me? Me? All of us. Dream. Well, I want Whoopi Goldberg's seat on The View. I want to just like remove her and take her place. As far as a role, I would like to play Captain Marvel.
Is anybody gonna go second, Rachel?
Lachi.
What kind of role? I would like a role that is a three-dimensional role that celebrates a whole, full woman of color with a disability.
How about Michelle Obama?
Hell yeah.
How about a Michelle Obama? I actually recently got to host the PBS series Renegades, which go check it out. Shameless plug.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, it was written and film made by folks with disabilities. So honestly, I would just love a role that includes folks behind the scenes and in the writer's room that have disabilities that are here to tell the real gritty stories.
Yeah.
Jenny.
If they ever made a stage show of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, I would love to play Rebecca
Neurodivergent
Bunch.
ex-girlfriend. Just messing.
Oh gosh.
I'm just messing with
I
you.
walked right into that one.
Actually, I take back my answer. I think my dream role is definitely a Lifetime Christmas movie, considering how many I watch.
That has always been your dream role.
It has. I even wrote a Muslim Christmas movie about a Christmas-loving Muslim. I did. Yeah.
I want to see that.
I think that's attainable for you. I think you could
You
get there.
think that that's attainable for me? Oh my God.
If we make it as an indie and
No,
fund it
it-
ourselves.
The only reason I'm
Rachel got
laughing
too
is
real.
'cause Jenny actually worked for me, and she watched every show I've ever sold get killed, as every man I've ever trained got a show. It's been fun. My ego loves it. Ariel, my assistant, had a question.
Yeah, so for me, this is like a dream panel as far as it goes of having the most like talented women with so many different titles. Like we have singer, founder, author, speaker, advocate, all these things.
And whatever Maysoon is. No, just
I'm a hustler who's trying to pay health insurance in the United States of America.
right though.
I wanted to know what advice you had for someone else who wanted to try and be successful at a bunch of different things.
Get yourself a bunch of assistants that will sit in the audience and ask questions. No, the only way I was ever successful doing a bunch of things was having a team. So you have to have a team around you. And if you don't have a team, you need to start with, I believe this is just my advice, the smallest thing that you can actually accomplish. Because if you're always trying to like write the entire comic book, you get intimidated. But if you're like, I'm gonna write the perfect panel, or I'm gonna write one panel, it gets you started. So instead of looking at the dream as this giant, insurmountable thing, break it down into jigsaw puzzle pieces and start putting it together.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's like, don't be afraid to ask for help and collaborate. Like, I did a short film with Lachi.
We made out in it.
We made out in it.
Gay fun.
Gay stuff.
Gay stuff. And it was such a cool experience. And, you know, as
So you liked it?
I liked it.
So you kissed a girl and you liked it.
I did.
I'm so
You
glad
want us
you're
to sing again?
Yes, always.
Your man's at home, right?
No, no one wants to hear us sing again. But it was a great experience, and it like reinforced why I love filmmaking, because it's such a collaborative process. Like, that film could not have happened the way that it did without Lachi, without like my incredible director. Like, it's such a beautiful feeling to be able to like, you know, put everything you've been wanting to say into a story and just see it get made. It's the reason I make films, you know? And I think for my dream role, because you skipped me,
I also noticed that.
Yeah, I've written my dream roles because no one's hiring me to play the romantic lead. No one's hiring me to be the caseworker. Like, I am just making those roles happen.
I have hired you every single time I've ever done this as my white savior. And I want you to take your role seriously. And
Can
even
you
though
pay me
didn't-
Dick Wolf money, though?
Yeah. You know what? If we get this show made, still no. Yes, still no.
Still not a chance.
So, we want to thank everybody for coming out in this snow rain that we had called Snain.
So done with this.
And I have to, what did you say, baby?
I said I love you. You're awesome.
No, you didn't. You so did not say that.
Isn't she great, guys? Isn't she great? One for Maysoon.
Hey, Lachi, instead of my inspirational quote that I was going to end the show with, why don't we throw it to you? Ask me anything.
Ask you anything?
Yes.
Well, do you think I'm cool?
Do I think you're cool?
Can we be friends?
I let you sit on my lap in Laureen Arvis's house.
Oh, that did happen.
Yeah.
People were like, "Are you and Maysoon together?" I was like, "Yes."
Yes, at all times. So I'm going to end the panel the way I end most of my shows. Disability does not discriminate. We are the one group that you can join at any time, whether you would like to or not, without any warning. Disability doesn't care about your race, your religion, your nationality, your political leanings, or who you love. I think we should all be a lot more like disability, don't you?
Yes. Woo!
My name is Maysoon Zaid. I'm so grateful. Let's give it up one more time to my amazing panel. Rachel Handler, Lachi, Jenny Lawson, and of course, one more time, give it up for our incredible interpreters, Tabitha and Bernadine. And thank you, Joe's Pub. DisCo has always been my dream, and it's been a privilege sharing the DisCo with you all. Welcome to the DisCo. Yay!
Don't say differently abled.
A bit of unreleased.